Hey y'all, welcome to Yoga for Athletes. I hope you have had a wonderful day today and you have a wonderful evening as well. Give me 1 second while I try to. The dog has decided that she wants to play, so this class begins. So I apologize. Tonight's intention is going to be gratitude. Whether that be gratitude for where you are today in your practice, gratitude for maybe your body and the strength that it holds. Maybe that means strength in your spirit. Whatever semblance of gratitude you need tonight. For me, gratitude has been key to bring me out of places where I needed to be brought out of. Mainly if I was maybe in a negative mind space or negative heart space where I needed to realize how much I actually do have. And I've used it over the course of time, over the past few years, to just really allow myself to realize what I do have in my life and how much that is. So wherever you need to be tonight, and gratitude, please feel free to do so. Whether it's any of those things that I mentioned or something completely different. So just to begin in Sukhasana, soften the gaze and close the eyes to connect to the breath. We'll start by inhaling through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Followed by the exhale. Stay here for a few more rounds on your own. Setting and sealing this intention of gratitude. If this intention does not resonate with you, please feel the need, if you feel the need to choose something else, please feel free to do so. Or if you would not like to set an intention at all, know that it is a place that you can do that as well. Stay here for about 3 more breaths. Really settling into your space. Start to bat the eyelashes open. Coming back into your own space. To begin, we're going to lengthen the left leg out long and start to bend in that right knee. I'm going to give you 2 options here to begin. So you can either have the right foot on the inside edge of the left leg, kind of in like a seated tree posture, or you can hug the right knee into your chest Find the external rotation of that hip, bringing that right foot into the top of that left hip crease, or anywhere in between the top of that knee and the top of that left hip crease. So wherever you need to be in this posture. What we'll do from here is inhale, sit up tall, and then on the exhale, come into a forward fold position, either grabbing the shins, ankle, or peace fingers, or grabbing the outside edges of the foot. Allow the head to come in and the neck to grow long. And breathe. Softness in the back of that left knee. At any time if you are in the half lotus position, you feel any fussiness in the knees, please back out and come into the seated tree posture. Start to really connect to the breath here. Draw the shoulder blades down the back of the body. Settle in. Release any tension you may be holding on to in the hips. On your inhale, release your clasp. Start to stack vertebrae by vertebrae, allowing the head to be the last thing to come up. Now from here, release the foot from the top of that hip crease or the inside of that of the left leg. Take the knee and I want you to take the right foot and rotate it around behind you if possible. So you'll be seated like so on the top of the right foot as best you can with the left leg lengthened out long. And you'll inhale, grow tall once again, and then on the exhale, shin, ankle, or even take the right hand and grab the left wrist, nose towards the shin. Glide the shoulder blades down the back of the body. Softness in the back of that left knee. And breathe. Find the softness within the body that you need to help you come into this posture. Releasing where you can and relaxing where you can. Especially within the jaw and the hips. On your inhale, release your clasp. Coming back up. Exhale when you get to the top. Switching sides now, so the right leg comes out long, left knee comes in, either coming to the inside of that inside of the right leg, or Draw the left knee into the chest. Find the external rotation of that left hip, bringing the left foot to the inside of that right hip crease. We'll inhale, sit tall once again, and then on the exhale, clasp the shin, ankle, or the outside edge of that right foot. Nose down towards the knee. Relax the shoulders. Relax the face. Bring the breath. Again, if you feel any fussiness in that left knee, if you're in half lotus during any of this, please come out of this posture and come into the seated tree posture I showed you previously. See if you can find the softness in the back of that right knee. Not locking it out. The back of the neck loose. Or is it rigid? Three more breaths here. The inhale, release your clasp. Rolling up. Exhale when you get to the top. Release the right foot from the top of that, the left foot from the top of that right leg or the inside of that right leg. Take the left foot, swing it behind you, coming onto the top of that left foot, extending the left leg out, keeping the left leg extended out long. And from here, same thing as before, we'll inhale to find length. And then on the exhale, fold forward, knee towards the shin, clasp the shin, ankle, or left hand comes to right wrist, or around the outside edges of the foot. Shoulder blades fall, shoulders fall away from the ears. Notice the differences in each side of the body. On the inhale, we rise up, exhaling when we get to the top. Release that left foot from behind you, bringing it forward. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana, our butterfly posture. Bring the heels in as close or as far away as you can. So whether your hips are tight, they probably will be out further, maybe in more of a diamond shape. And if you are able to have a little bit more openness in the hips, they will be drawn in closer. Try to draw the knees down towards the mat and really ground down through the sitting bones. We'll inhale, sit up tall. And then on the exhale, I want you to really round through the back. Find that navel to spine connection, really hugging in that lower abdomen, and take the nose down towards the toes. You may not make it all the way down towards the toes, and that's okay. Just find that length in the back of the neck here and just draw yourself in. Again, shoulders come away from the ears. Relaxing them completely. Breathe into that inner space in the inner thighs. Inviting a nice deep stretch. About 3 more breaths here. On the inhale, start to roll up through the spine. Exhaling when you get to the top. Close the knees together like a book, swing them to the side, coming onto all fours into tabletop position. Gonna move through thread the needle here. So stack the shoulders over wrist bones, hips over knees. Press firmly into the backs of the feet. So we'll inhale, lift the right arm up towards the ceiling. And then on the exhale, draw it up underneath that left armpit, placing the right shoulder onto the mat, followed by the ear. Option to extend the left arm out in front of you, or taking it onto the lower back or sacrum, palm face down, or even taking the left hand into the top of that right hip crease. On your inhale, bring the left hand back down to the mat if it is not there already. Pressing into that hand, lift the right arm back up and through towards the ceiling. And then on the exhale, bring it back down towards the mat. Switching sides now. Inhale, lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. Then on the exhale, draw it up underneath that right armpit, placing that left hand or shoulder down onto the mat, followed by the ear. Extend the right arm out long, or take it onto the lower back, or take it into that left hip crease. Maybe grabbing the top of your thigh, rolling the right shoulder away from the ear. Really nice way to open up through the shoulders. You can use the backs of the feet for stability here. But again, relax the face. Three more breaths here. On your inhale, bring that right hand back down to the mat if it is not there already. Press into that right hand, lift the left arm up towards the ceiling, and then on the exhale, bring it back down towards the mat. From here, we're going to pivot the left leg towards the back of the mat. Extend the right leg out towards the end of the mat, coming into gate posture. So you'll press into the knife edge of that right foot. And we'll inhale, lift the right arm up towards the ceiling, and exhale, take it up and over. Roll the right shoulder back and down, allowing that left one to drop slightly, but really use that left hand to press into the mat. Rotate that right hip crease up towards the ceiling, so you're really opening up through the chest. Don't allow the left ear to come down towards that left shoulder, but keep a really direct line with your head, keeping it straight. So you want to keep that energy channel open. So that is the reason you want to keep that your head in the more of a straight line. On your inhale, press into that left hand to lift you up, gliding the right arm down that right hand down the right leg. Left arm comes up and over like we did on the other side, and palm face down. Roll the left shoulder back to open up through the chest. You should feel this stretch very intensely along this left side body, all the way to the top of that left hip. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale when you get there. And then we're going to come down onto all fours. We're going to bring the hands down, keeping the right leg extended out long into the gate in gate posture. So from here, we're going to move through a few cycles of cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round through the back, find that navel to spine connection. Inhale, lengthen the crown up towards the ceiling, relax the shoulders. Exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Gaze towards ceiling. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, come back into that neutral spine position. I'm going to pivot towards the front of my mat so you can see me a little bit better. We're going to take that left foot towards the back of the mat once again. Extend that right leg out long, coming onto the ball mound of that right foot, and just press firmly into the top of that ball mound of that right foot. Keep the shoulders stacked over wrist bones here, and the gaze can be straight down or straight forward. Hug the lower abdomen in. Don't allow any collapsing in the back like this, but just really hug that navel to spine, find that navel to spine connection. You can even do a little pulsing on the back of that, on the right foot. Really just stretching through the calf muscle and the ankle. Next, we're going to take the right knee and bring it in between the hands, coming into a low lunge type position. So we'll lengthen that left leg out a little bit longer behind us, and either keep the palms either flat onto the mat. You could come up onto the fingertips, or you could place the hands onto the tops of the knee and really just press into the back of that left foot for stability. Now you'll find that if you want to find a scooping motion of the pelvis forward, it'll help stretch out through the hip flexor a little bit more. Lengthen the crown up towards the ceiling. Relax the shoulders. Frame the right foot with both hands and start to draw the right hip crease towards the back of the room, peeling that left heel off the mat, bringing the toes flexed up towards the ceiling for half Hanuman or half splits. Option to stay down low like I like to, or you can come here and have your hands framed around the knees, or if you would like, you can come up onto a set of blocks and just stay at high. I find it easier for myself to stay down low and take the nose towards the shin. But it's where you are in your practice. I just give you options. Really use the back of that left foot for your stability. On your inhale, take that right foot completely back down to the mat. And find the external rotation of that right hip bringing the right knee towards the right wrist and right foot towards the left wrist, coming into pigeon posture. Now lengthen the left leg out long behind you as best you can. Now option to take a block up underneath this right hip, underneath the right hip to take up space if it is too much for you to be able to come all the way down to the mat. I'm just now getting to a place in my practice where I can get anywhere near the mat. So know it's okay, and it just takes time. You know, this is a practice. It's not a race. I always felt like it was a race. But stay onto the back of that, stay on the top of that left knee and the top of that left foot. Option to stay up on the hands, like I said, come down onto the elbows, or you can even lengthen out long and bring the head in between the hands. Be where you are today. Relax as much as you can in that right hip. 2 more breaths. You're doing awesome. You're down on the elbows or laying flat. Start to press yourselves back up, pressing into the hands. From here, start to rotate the left shoulder towards the back of the mat. Hug the left knee in. Hug the left foot in towards the glute. Grab the inside edge of that left foot with a hand or a strap. 2 breaths. And release. Pressing into the hands, start to walk that left knee back up. Draw that right knee into the chest, extend it out long on the inhale, and then on the exhale, bring it back down towards the left. Switching sides now for gate pose. So we'll pivot the right leg towards the side of the mat, extend the left leg out long, pressing into the outside edge of that left foot. Draw the right hand by the right knee. We'll inhale, lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, take it up and over. Roll that left shoulder back and down. Peel that left hip up towards the ceiling. Really anchoring the outside edge of that left foot into the mat. Don't allow the chest to collapse, but really make it an open space. We're going to inhale, press into that right hand to lift us up. Glide the left hand down the left leg. Take the right arm up and over, palm face down. Roll the right shoulder back and down, opening up through the chest. Ground down through the back of that right foot. Relax the shoulders. Relax the face. If you relax the face, typically the shoulders will relax. Inhale, come through center, exhaling when you get there. Bring the hands back down to the mat into that tabletop position with the gate posture, moving through a few more cycles of cat-cow. So we'll inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, really round through the spine, find that navel to spine connection. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze towards ceiling. Exhale, really rounding through the spine. Allow the head to drop in. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale back through center, coming into that neutral spine position. Now pivot the right leg back in towards on the mat and keep that left leg lengthened out behind you, coming into that tabletop position with the left leg extended, pressing into the top of the ball mount, pressing into the ball mount of that left foot. Just really stretching through the calf and the ankle. Stack the shoulders over the wrist, hug the midline in, not allowing the back to collapse. Engage the abdominal wall. Again, you can find nice little pulses here on the ball mount of that foot. When you're ready, you can bring that left knee in, placing it in between the hands, coming into our low lunge position. Lengthen the right leg out long behind you slightly. Press firmly into the back of that right foot. Either stay down with palms flat, up on your fingertips, or placing the hands onto the knee. Breathing deeply. Allow the neck to be long, ground straight up towards the ceiling. Take your hands back down to the mat to frame the foot if you're not already there. Start to draw the left hip crease back towards the back of the mat, bringing that, coming onto the heel of that left foot. Toes come towards the ceiling, coming into your half splits on this side. Take the nose down towards the shin. Again, same options as before, staying low, coming up halfway, or bringing blocks, and coming up tall. Press firmly into the back of that right foot to maintain your stability. 3 more breaths here. Start to press into the hands, bringing that left foot back down towards the mat. Coming into our pigeon posture, so we're going to rotate that left knee towards the left wrist, right foot towards the right wrist, lengthen the right leg out long behind us, using a block underneath that left hip if we need to, staying up tall if we need to, coming onto the elbows or laying flat. Whatever option that you would like to take, please feel free to do so. Press into the back of that right foot to help maintain your stability. Stay on the back, on the top of that back foot and the top of that right knee as well. Be sure not to come onto either side, but to really keep it straight. Relax the face. Relax the hips. The more you relax in this posture, the deeper you will get. Start to come onto the tops of the head. So I'll come pressing into both hands if you are not there already. Start to draw that right heel in towards the right glute, turning the right shoulder towards that right foot, and grab the inside edge of that right foot if you can. You can also just reach for it. And release, taking the right hand back down towards the mat. Start to walk that right knee back up. Draw the left knee in, lengthen it out long behind you, and then on the exhale, bring it back down to the mat. We're going to come into child's pose for a moment. So extended child's pose, take the knees wide, toes to touch. Extend the arms forward and allow the chest to melt onto the mat, followed by the head. On your inhale, start to press into the hands to help lift you back up and take you out of child's pose. Bring the knees back up underneath you, swing them to the side, coming down onto your sitting bones. We'll come to lying flat on our backs, whichever way you see possible. So lengthen the legs out long, come to lying flat onto the back. Bring the right knee in now, wrapping your hands around the front of the shin, drawing the knee into the chest as best as possible. Find length in the back of the neck. Tailbone grows long down towards the end of the mat. On your exhale, take the right knee towards the right shoulder to open up through the hip one last time. Inhale, bring that right knee through center. Exhale, take it up and over that left leg to come into a supine twist with either cactus arms or Texas T arms, and allow the gaze to be over that right shoulder. The inhale, bring that right knee back through center. Exhale when you get there. Lengthen the right leg out long, and we're going to switch sides. So hug that left knee into the chest. Wrap your hands around the front of that left shin, drawing that left knee in towards you. Really breathing into that front space of the right hip. Then on your exhale, take that left knee towards the left shoulder and hug it in once again. Some final hip opening before we close. Inhale, bring that right knee through center. Then on the exhale, take it up and over that right leg, through the left leg through center. Take it up over that right leg, coming into your supine twist. Arms go wide into Texas T or cactus arms. Gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, bring that left knee through center. Exhale when you get there. Transitioning into Shavasana, so lengthen the legs both out long, taking them as wider than the mat. Allow the arms to come open, palms face up towards the ceiling. Move any props or clothing or just any clothing that you need to that may hinder your rest during Shavasana. Start allowing the eyes to close. Allow them to fall heavy into the back of the skull. Unhinge the jaw. Tongue falls from the roof of the mouth. As you rest in Shavasana, I really want you to focus on that intention of gratitude. Allow it to wash over the body. Allow yourself to be immersed in the gratitude that you have. For your body, maybe for your practice, maybe for things that are going on in your life. It might be just as simple as having a roof over your head, food to eat, a job to go to, and love in your heart. Allow the body to press into the mat and release completely. From the crown of the head to your soles of your feet. Rest here for as long as you would like before returning to your day. Namaste, my friends. Thank you for showing up for your practice today and allowing me to guide it.